Okay, I'm the only truck in the parking lot. That must mean that nobody's catching much for fish right now. First fish of the day feels like a striper. And it is, but it's just not a big one. It's all right. Even these little guys, man, they're strong. Put up a good fight. We've still got bait spawning up here, which actually at times makes the fishing tougher. There's just so much bait. Why would they hit your lure? Calm down, calm down. Nice little white bass. So here's the situation. I've got a lot of bait and there's fish in this area, but they're really not hitting that well. So I have to figure out whether I want to stay here and try to figure these fish out, or do I move on to another point? The thing I like about this is there's a lot of different species you can catch mixed in together. Haven't caught a spot yet. It is not easy fishing. These smaller stripers can really get finicky. But there are a lot of them in the area. I can see them on my fish finder. Now these fish will turn on at some point and really start feeding. But you just don't know when that's going to be. I'm hesitant to leave because finding the fish is 3/4 of the battle. Catching them's the easy part. A couple more casts and I think I may go look at a couple other areas. So the DNR has been stocking white bass to try to reestablish them here in Lake Lanier. This year I've caught more white bass in the lake than I have in years. Usually I have to go up the river to catch them. So I think their stocking efforts are working. I just moved to another spot and I saw them on my fish finder. Whoa. Yet another little striper. But But that's all right. I like catching them. Doesn't bother me at all. I'll take those small stripers. They fight good. Fun to catch, and you know, anytime there's small stripers around, there's going to be a big one somewhere. Okay, so these fish, they're not turned on at all. Makes them pretty tough to catch. But there's a lot of bait around. And there's a lot of fish around. They're just not active. First spot of the day. I'm telling you, that jig and fluke, it is deadly. It is deadly. I'm gonna have to stop showing all of my secrets because ooh. So I'm sitting on there's a point over here and I'm on a big flat. And there's scattered fish and bait everywhere. It's not like I'm getting bit every cast. It's just, you just gotta keep working them. These fish don't seem to be at one certain depth, or they're not easy to pattern. There's just so much bait. I missed a couple and I was just reeling it up and a big old spot just came and got it. So I was just swimming my little fluke rig. Big spot too. Kind of thin, but that's a nice big fish. Long spot. That is interesting. So anytime you're out fishing like this, keep your eyes open. I saw fish swirl on the surface, taking a shad, and I cast over there and I got him. And I'm always watching my fish finder. Always. Again, these fish are just out on flat. Catching them about anywhere from 10 to 15 feet deep. No day is complete without a catfish. Channel kitty. Ooh, it's a good one. Don't jump. Good fish. Largemouth. Nice largemouth. That's 2 pounds, maybe. So that makes striper, white bass, spot, catfish, largemouth. I've caught 4 species. Kind of messed up my fluke. I will take it. I will take it. I just lost one over here too. Didn't get it on camera, but I've moved to another creek and I'm just fishing points like I always do. I mean, there's a fish are always going to relate to points, but right now these post spawners are going to just go to the points and they're going to start ganging up chasing bait. Oh, there he was. Darn it. Wonder what that was. Didn't get him. There he is. Oh, darn it. I think that was a catfish. Had him on for a minute. Fought a little bit like a catfish. So when you're fishing an open hook like I am, you're going to get snagged up in these rocks once in a while. And if you're not getting snagged up, you're not fishing in the right spot. Okay, I'm out on another point here. This is a long sloping underwater point. This is what my fish finder's showing. These are fish. There we go. Ooh, it's a good one too. It's a big boy. It's a good fish. Nice, nice big spot. Wow, that's got to be 2.5 at least, maybe 3. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. Okay, I know I sound like a broken record. But if you've watched my channel at all for the last 2 months, just about every fish I've caught have been on a jig head and a fluke. I'm telling you, it is effective. It will catch fish. Now I threw a marker buoy out on this point, right on the drop-off, so I knew exactly where the drop-off was, and that helped me catch that fish. And this is just, you know, offshore structure. You know, when everybody else is going beating the banks, coming out to this offshore stuff can pay off. Early in the morning, all this bait fish is up against the rocks spawning, and then a little bit later in the day, like now, they'll start to migrate out on the points. And these bass are gonna hang around the bait. So will the stripers, the white bass. You know, I don't know how many catfish I've caught. Okay, I'm out in another area here. I believe it's another striper. It is, and it's a little bigger this time, which is nice. Ooh, there's a big school. Big school. I mean, they're not giant, but man, I'll take them. They're fun. Why does this feel like a catfish? Probably because it's a catfish. It's a pretty good one too. Channel cat. I mean, those catfish will just jump on this fluke. All right, thanks for tuning in. Kind of a tough day. Fishing is getting a little tough right now. But if you don't know what to do, you're not catching any fish, I would just head to the points. Get some sort of minnow imitation lure. It doesn't really matter what it is. Although I'd be throwing, if it were me, I'd get a jig head, some flukes. That's what I'd be doing. You can work it on the bottom, you can work it more towards the surface. It just depends on where the fish are on your fish finder. They will tell you where to go. But thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Come back and fish with me next time. Okay, one last stop. There we go. nice one. Come on now. Whoa. Oh yeah, that's a nice fish. Nice fish. Nice chunky spot. Having to fish a little deeper. That fish came out of about 18 feet of water.